Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for tuning in here Thursday, May 29th. Right now, we are talking about Travis Etienne and the Jacksonville Jaguars backfield. It's a topic we have talked about quite a bit since the draft, certainly even before the draft. But the Jaguars added 2 running backs in the draft this year, Backfield Tootin, LaQuint Allen. They have Tank Bigsby on the roster. There's been rampant speculation that the Jaguars could potentially move Travis Hunter via trade. I'm going to, I dove deep into this topic to try to really break things down and come to a consensus. My general thought was heading into this kind of research was that Travis Etienne, trading him would not be wise for the 2025 Jaguars. And I come out of this research feeling the exact same way. I do not think that the Jaguars should trade Travis Etienne, and I'm going to explain why. Really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear. So Travis Etienne, I think, is pretty clearly the Jaguars' top back right now on the depth chart. And now he was absent from OTAs on Tuesday. Monday was a holiday on Tuesday, but Liam Cohen made it clear that that was a flight issue for Travis. And Murray's trying to say hi to everybody right now. Say hi, our little derpy girl. So, Etienne not at practice on Tuesday. He was at OTAs before, right? So it's not as if he has just been absent entirely. But, of course, speculation continues to ramp up. You Google Travis Etienne's name. You see Bleacher Report writing Travis Etienne absent for OTAs after Jaguars add Tootin and Allen 2025 NFL Draft. So whether or not the Jaguars are going to trade Travis Etienne, I have no idea. I can tell you at practice last week, he clearly looked like the number one guy in the backfield. He was working with the quarterbacks when they were an individual. That's usually a pretty good sign. But whether or not the Jaguars have interest in trading him, I have no idea. What could they get in return, though, for Travis Etienne? I was really trying to dig and figure out because, you just don't see a lot of high-profile running backs on the final year of their rookie deal or the final year of a deal in general getting traded. The most recent one that I could find was Joe Mixon. The Texans traded for Joe Mixon ahead of the 2024 campaign, and Joe Mixon probably thought about a little bit highlier than Travis Etienne, I would guess. Murray's being a little crazy down here. I think that he's probably more highly thought of than Travis Etienne around the league. Can't guarantee that, but either way, the Texans only gave up a 7th-round pick for Joe Mixon. Are the Jaguars going to get more than that for Travis Etienne? I have a hard time seeing it. I really do. Yeah, he's younger. He is younger. And I think depending on your offense, he can provide potentially as much or more than a Joe Mixon. But maybe you get a 6th-round pick. A 5th-round pick would be the absolute most I could possibly see. But more realistically, probably a 6th or 7th-round pick. So, pennies on the dollar for the type of player he is, in my opinion. Why do you want to keep him and potentially risk losing a 6th or 7th-round pick? In my opinion, for one, he does not fumble the way Tank Bigsby and Backfield Tootin fumble. And fumbling is such a killer for a team if you have a guy that you just can't rely on to hold on to the football. And obviously what's hilarious about this situation is a lot of the reason Travis Etienne didn't get a ton of run last year is because of one fumble that happened in week 1 against the Miami Dolphins. But that was the only fumble that Travis Etienne has had in the last 2 seasons. 514 touches the last 2 years and 1 fumble. He's been reliable when it comes to holding on to the football. His first year in the league, he fumbled. Last 2 years, 1 fumble. And he's had reliable hands in the passing game as well. About a 5% drop rate the last couple of years. Very respectable. The fact that for 1 fumble, Travis Etienne kind of got in the doghouse, Doug Peterson's doghouse, I thought was ridiculous. One of the many examples of this coaching staff and this football team being incompetent last year. Absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. So there's that. Again, he doesn't fumble the way Tank Bigsby and Bashal Tutin do. And those are the 2 guys that would be in line to get the most work if you were to trade Travis Etienne, right? Let's look at Tank Bigsby, who I like a lot. But the last 2 years, 5 fumbles and 226 touches. A drop rate of 38.5%. And you've already seen the hands be a little bit of a question this year in OTAs. His ball security is lacking. Point blank, period. Bashal Tutin, 9 fumbles over the last 2 years and 406 touches. His first opportunity in OTAs lets the ball hit the ground. I really like what these guys can be from a potential standpoint in Bashal Tutin and Tank Bigsby. I like them both. I thought both of them should have been day 2 picks. Bigsby was. Tutin ended up falling to the 4th round. But ball security is critical. It's more important than pass protection, which none of the 3 guys we've talked about is very good in pass protection. You do have LaQuint Allen, who comes in as a 7th round pick, who is a nice jack of all trades player, who does have the ability to catch passes out of the backfield and pass protect and hold on to the football a little bit, right? So you do have that in LaQuint Allen, but he doesn't really have the skill set to be a top running back in a backfield in the NFL, in my opinion. You also just have the fact that Etienne is the most talented weapon with the ball in his hands of any of these guys. And he absolutely is. Shot out of a cannon speed. He has it. Like, he is unbelievably explosive as soon as he gets that football. He's slippery. He's a contortionist. He can kind of contort his body to reduce angles and reduce the strike zone for tacklers. He's flexible in his ability to do that. He can get low. Very low to the ground. He's a creative runner. I mean, that's who I want touching the ball the most in this new Liam Cohen offense out of these backs. That's who I want touching the ball the most in 2025. Look, yeah, it's a contract year. You could lose him next year for nothing. But I would rather have a year of Travis Etienne in a contract year trying to make some money than a 6th or 7th round pick. And who knows? Maybe you keep him. I doubt that, but maybe. Like I said, I like Tank Bigsby and Bashal Tutin a lot, but you have got to prove you can hang on to the football. Travis Etienne has done that. 1 fumble in the last 514 touches. And again, I just don't think that LaQuint Allen really has the juice or the power to be a true starter. You got to have one or the other or both, right? I don't think he really has that skill set to be a true starter in the league. If you trade Travis Etienne, could it work out? Like, is it possible that Tank Bigsby and Bashal Tutin could get their act together with the ball security? Sure. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it over the last 2 years of play. I haven't seen it in OTAs yet. I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous about it. Because if you've got your top two guys that can't hold on to the football, that does not inspire much confidence to me. To move on from Etienne for a late day 3 pick. Like, I want to win right now, and I think this team wants to win right now. You've got a lot of veterans on this team. You've got guys making a lot of money on this team. Your quarterback is making a lot of money. You've got 2 really good young wide receivers. You've got an offensive line. 4 of your starters are veterans that are on second or third deals, right? The other guy is a first-round pick. You've got a defense. Look at your defensive end. Josh Hines-Allen on a mega deal. Eric Armstead on a very big deal. Foya Oluokun on a big veteran deal. Tyson Campbell on a veteran deal. Eric Murray and Jordan Lewis come over as veterans. Like, this is not a team that's just built to kind of see what we've got in year one and hopefully we can take a step forward. No, this is a team that should be in the business of trying to win right now, especially in a division where the Houston Texans, the clear favorite, have turmoil themselves and have a much less than stellar offensive line situation. I want to win right now, and I think Travis Etienne gives you the best chance to do that. He has never run behind a good offensive line. And he was still crazy productive in 22 and 23. The only reason he wasn't more productive last year, in my opinion, besides running behind a really crappy offensive line on a bad offense, is that he got put in the doghouse for 1 fumble. But in 2022 and 2023, he had over 1,000 yards in each of those seasons. Over 1,450 total yards in each of those seasons when you combine rushing and receiving. In 2023, had the second most forced missed tackles in the league. Still didn't have a high yards per carry. Yeah, you can blame it on vision a little bit, but I think it goes much more towards teams just not respecting you as an offense and your offensive line, your run blocking, your run scheme sucking. I say give this guy a chance in Liam Cohen's offense. He is not perfect, but I think in this offense, he could be insanely productive and more reliable than the rest of the bunch in terms of the ball security, outside of LaQuint Allen, who, again, just doesn't have the juice in 2025. That's how I view it. I think you look at what Liam Cohen did with the group last year that he had in Tampa, Bucky Irving, he was really impressive. He might have slightly better vision than Etienne, but most of his impressive runs, he was given a runway, right? Like, the offensive line created a crease consistently. And then Bucky Irving was able to do work. He was able to make guys miss in the open field, cut and go in the other direction, be slippery, break tackles. Travis Etienne can do all that. He can also catch the ball out of the backfield at a high level. So I think if you're in the business of winning games right now, Travis Etienne is your best bet by a pretty wide margin. And that's what I want to see in Jacksonville. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content here, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.